bringing a story like this to the musical stage is very interesting.
Gregory Hines, a legendary dancer and actor, captured the hearts of millions with his groundbreaking talent and charisma. From his iconic tap dancing performances to his unforgettable roles in film and Broadway, Hines redefined what it meant to be an entertainer. But behind the fame and accolades was a man whose personal life was just as rich and complex. In this video, we take you behind the scenes of Gregory Hines' legacy, from his beautiful family life and relationships to the haunting story of his abandoned house after his tragic death. We'll explore his career highs, the decisions that shaped his fortune, and his estimated net worth left behind in 2025. This is more than just a tale of success. It's about how one man's passion and resilience left an indelible mark on the world. Childhood and early ambitions. Gregory Hines was born on February 14, 1950, in the heart of Harlem, New York City, a neighborhood brimming with artistic energy and cultural history. He was the second of 3 children in the Hines family, a household where music and dance were not just pastimes, but a way of life. His father, Maurice Hines Sr., was a talented dancer, while his mother, Alma, was a dancer and singer as well. The Hines home was filled with music, rhythm, and the sounds of tap shoes on hardwood floors, offering Gregory a front-row seat to the world of performance from a very young age. From the moment he could walk, Gregory showed an affinity for movement, and it was clear that his future was destined for the stage. His father, recognizing his son's natural ability, quickly began teaching him the art of tap dancing. Maurice Sr. had an idea. He would shape his son's future, guiding him through the intricate rhythms and footwork that characterized tap. Gregory, however, was not just being pushed into a path, he was drawn to it. His heart beat in sync with the tap sounds, and it was evident to anyone who watched him that dance wasn't merely an activity, it was his passion. By the time Gregory was 5 years old, he was already beginning to perform in small local venues alongside his older brother, Maurice Jr. Together, they formed a sibling duo, showcasing their talent in the tight-knit community of Harlem. The duo, which later evolved into Hines, and Dad, became a staple act in the Harlem scene. Their performances were vibrant, filled with energy, and always left audiences wanting more. Gregory's ability to convey emotion through tap, often blending humor and seriousness, was remarkable, especially at such a tender age. But Gregory's talent wasn't limited to tap. He was a child with boundless energy and curiosity, soaking in all forms of art and expression. He would often find himself drawn to the jazz clubs of Harlem, where legendary performers like Billie Holiday, Duke Ellington, and Count Basie played. It was there, among the soulful melodies of jazz, that Gregory's artistry began to evolve. The rhythms of jazz were not just music. They became part of his internal cadence, weaving themselves into his dance, giving it a depth and feeling that set him apart from his peers. The Hines family was close-knit, and their support for Gregory's aspirations was unwavering. His parents saw the talent in their son and encouraged him to pursue his dreams. By the time he was a teenager, Gregory was already recognized as a tap prodigy, drawing the attention of professionals in the dance world. But it was never just about recognition for Gregory. For him, dance was a form of self-expression, a way to connect with the world and convey stories without speaking a single word. Though his journey to success was just beginning, Gregory's path wasn't without obstacles. He faced rejection, difficulty finding the right opportunities, and at times, self-doubt. Yet, each setback only strengthened his resolve. He wasn't merely chasing fame, he was striving to become the best, not just for himself, but for those who believed in him, especially his father, who saw in his son the potential to bring tap dancing back into the mainstream. Gregory Hines' childhood was defined by a singular drive: to honor the art of dance, and in doing so, to honor the legacy of those who came before him. It was in these formative years that he developed not only his passion for tap, but also the resilience and determination that would define his career in the years to come. Initial career breakthrough. Gregory Hines' path to stardom wasn't paved overnight. After years of honing his craft in the heart of Harlem, where he and his brother Maurice would perform in local clubs and theaters, Gregory was ready for something bigger. His early performances were filled with a youthful exuberance, but as he grew older, he understood that talent alone wasn't enough. He needed to sharpen his skills and push beyond the boundaries of what people expected of a tap dancer. In the late 1960s, Gregory's career took its first significant step forward when he joined a Broadway production, The Boyfriend, 1968. Although it wasn't his breakout role, the experience of performing on the grand stage of Broadway gave him invaluable exposure and allowed him to refine his dance style. It was here that Gregory began to realize the importance of storytelling through his feet, something that would become his signature as he would go on to revolutionize tap dancing. By the early 1970s, Gregory was performing in various Broadway shows, but his breakthrough came with the formation of Hines, Hines, and Dad, the tap dancing trio made up of himself, his brother Maurice, and their father, Maurice Hines Sr. The group quickly gained recognition for their tight, synchronized routines and their ability to infuse their performances with humor, sophistication, and heart. This was no longer just the old-school tap dancing of the past. The Hines family brought a modern flair that appealed to a younger audience while respecting the traditions of the art form. Their big break came in 1973 when they performed at the Apollo Theater, one of the most iconic venues for Black performers. Their performance was a game changer, and it led to several television appearances, helping Gregory establish himself as one of the premier tap dancers of his generation. But it wasn't just his technical prowess that set him apart. It was his ability to create a connection with the audience, to make each tap sound feel like a conversation. He was able to blend humor, rhythm, and an undeniable charisma that made him a magnetic presence both on and off the stage. In the mid-1970s, Gregory found his way into the world of television. His big break in the small screen world came with appearances on shows like The Ed Sullivan Show, where his tap dancing was met with critical acclaim. These appearances catapulted him into the mainstream, introducing his talents to a broader audience. Yet, despite all the recognition, Gregory was never satisfied with simply being labeled as a tap dancer. He saw himself as an artist, one who had much more to offer than the traditional tap performances that had defined his early years. The turning point in Gregory's career came in 1980 when he was cast in the Broadway musical The Tap Dance Kid. This role was different. It wasn't just another stage performance, it was a moment that would change his life. The role showcased Gregory's extraordinary talent and depth, and his ability to tell a story through dance was now recognized as groundbreaking. His performance earned him rave reviews and opened doors for him in Hollywood. Soon after, Gregory's name was being mentioned in the same breath as some of the greatest performers of the time. His transition to film began with small roles, but it wasn't long before Hollywood came calling. In 1985, he starred opposite Mikhail Baryshnikov in the critically acclaimed film White Nights. The film, a drama about a dancer defecting from the Soviet Union, showcased not only Gregory's technical brilliance but his acting chops as well. It was clear that Gregory Hines was no longer just a tap dancer. He was a multifaceted performer who had the ability to dominate both the stage and the screen. The early 1980s marked the beginning of Gregory's rise from a talented dancer to a respected and influential figure in entertainment. His breakthrough roles laid the foundation for a career that would span decades, touching every corner of the entertainment world. The road to fame, though challenging, was now wide open, and Gregory Hines was ready to take it. Rise to fame. By the mid-1980s, Gregory Hines had established himself as a talented tap dancer and Broadway star, but his true breakthrough came when he transitioned from the stage to the silver screen. This shift not only elevated him to new levels of stardom, but also expanded his influence far beyond Broadway. In 1985, Gregory starred in White Nights, a dramatic thriller that would cement his place in Hollywood. The film, which told the story of a Russian ballet dancer defecting to the West, paired Gregory with legendary Russian dancer Mikhail Baryshnikov, creating one of the most iconic duos in dance history. In White Nights, Gregory's tap dancing was seamlessly integrated into the narrative, offering a fresh and innovative take on the art form. The film's success, both critically and commercially, marked a turning point in Gregory's career. His ability to convey emotion and character through dance, not just tap, led Hollywood to recognize him as a multifaceted actor, not merely a dancer. Following the success of White Nights, Gregory's Hollywood career blossomed. In 1986, he starred alongside Billy Crystal in Running Scared, a buddy cop comedy that showcased Gregory's comedic timing and charm. The film was a hit, and Gregory's natural charisma made him a popular figure in Hollywood. This marked his transition from Broadway star to a box office draw, with Gregory now a household name. Despite his growing fame, Gregory remained connected to his roots as a dancer. In 1989, he starred in Tap, a film that paid tribute to the art of tap dancing. Gregory not only performed in the film, but also took on the roles of director and producer, demonstrating his dedication to preserving tap for future generations. The movie, which featured tap legends like Sammy Davis Jr. and Harold Nicholas, celebrated the history of tap and elevated it within modern cinema. While it wasn't a commercial success, tap solidified Gregory's position as a champion of the craft. As his career in film and television flourished, Gregory continued to shine on Broadway. His performance in the 1992 musical Jelly's Last Jam, where he portrayed jazz legend Jelly Roll Morton, earned him widespread critical acclaim. The role demonstrated Gregory's depth as both an actor and a dancer, solidifying his versatility as a performer capable of commanding any stage, whether Broadway or Hollywood. Gregory Hines' rise to fame was about more than just recognition. It was about redefining the very idea of what it meant to be a performer. He wasn't just a tap dancer, a Broadway star, or a film actor. He bridged genres, eras, and forms of entertainment with a unique energy and presence that made him impossible to ignore. Gregory Hines had truly arrived, and the world was watching. Career highlights and achievements. Gregory Hines' career was marked by transformative moments that not only defined him as a performer, but also reshaped the landscape of dance and entertainment. As a tap dancer, he revitalized an art form that many thought had passed its prime, bringing it back into the public eye with fresh energy, creativity, and relevance. His influence extended beyond dance, making significant contributions to Broadway, Hollywood, and television, each platform benefiting from his unmatched talent and versatility. One of Gregory's most significant achievements was his role in reviving tap dancing. In the 1970s and 1980s, tap had often been seen as an outdated form of entertainment. Gregory, however, reinvigorated it, making it both relevant and appealing to modern audiences. His ability to blend traditional tap with new styles ensured its survival for future generations. Gregory's breakthrough came in 1989 with Tap, a film that was both a tribute to the history of tap and a showcase of his extraordinary talents. He not only starred in the film, but also directed and produced it, ensuring the art form's rich legacy was honored. Featuring legendary tap dancers like Sammy Davis Jr. and Harold Nicholas, Tap didn't achieve major commercial success, but became a crucial part of Tap's 1990s revival, introducing a new generation to the form. His career expanded beyond dance into film, where he earned recognition for his acting. His role in White Nights, 1985, alongside Mikhail Baryshnikov, marked a turning point. Gregory's portrayal of a dancer caught in a Cold War drama earned him a Golden Globe nomination for Best Supporting Actor, officially launching his Hollywood career. In television, Gregory's versatility continued to shine. He became a fan favorite on the 1990s sitcom Will and Grace, where he played a love interest to Jack McFarland, showcasing his comedic timing and charm. He also hosted Gregory Hines' Tap Dance in America, a PBS special that celebrated tap and its cultural significance, further cementing his role as an advocate for the art form. Gregory also excelled on Broadway, earning critical acclaim for his role in the 1992 musical Jelly's Last Jam. Portraying jazz legend Jelly Roll Morton, he was nominated for a Tony Award. The performance highlighted his ability to bring depth and vitality to a role, demonstrating his range as an actor and performer. Throughout his career, Gregory accumulated numerous accolades, including an Emmy Award for The Gregory Hines Show and the Dance Magazine Award for his contribution to dance. His legacy as a mentor and a pioneer continues to inspire dancers, actors, and artists around the world. Gregory's ability to redefine the boundaries of art, blending different genres with ease, ensured his place as a legend, reminding us that true greatness comes not only from talent, but also from the courage to innovate and inspire. Relationships and marriage. Gregory Hines' life was marked by complexity and love, with his relationships and marriages playing a central role in shaping who he was offstage. Despite his demanding career, Gregory always made his family a priority, valuing the women in his life and his children above all else. His personal relationships, though not without their challenges, reflected his deep commitment to those he loved. Gregory's first marriage to Phyllis Hines in the early 1970s was a key chapter in his life. They had 2 children, Zachary and Stephanie, and Phyllis was an integral part of his early career, supporting him through the challenges of rising fame. However, the pressures of Gregory's hectic schedule and constant touring strained their relationship, and after more than a decade, they separated in the mid-1980s. Despite the divorce, Gregory and Phyllis remained close, co-parenting their children with love and care. Although his first marriage ended, Gregory's love for his children never wavered. He was dedicated to being a hands-on father, taking time off from his career whenever possible to be with them. He encouraged his children to follow their own passions and carve out their own paths, always making sure they knew he supported them unconditionally. Gregory often said that nothing brought him more joy than watching his children grow and develop. In the 1990s, Gregory found love again with Pamela Coslow, a woman who he described as his true partner. They married in 1997, and together they had a daughter. Pamela provided stability and support, grounding Gregory as his career reached new heights. Their relationship was built on mutual respect, understanding, and love, and Gregory often expressed how grateful he was to have her by his side. Like any marriage, their relationship had its struggles, particularly with the pressures of Gregory's career and family life. Yet, the foundation of their bond remained strong. Pamela wasn't just his wife, she was his confidant and a constant source of inspiration. Gregory's relationship with Pamela marked a period of balance in his life, offering both personal fulfillment and professional success. For Gregory, relationships were never about fame or external recognition. He valued loyalty, love, and connection. His deep commitment to his family, especially his children, was a defining feature of his life. Gregory often said that family life brought him the greatest joy, and despite the pressures of his career, it was his family that gave him the most lasting sense of fulfillment. His devotion to his wives and children was as profound as his dedication to his craft, and it was this love that truly defined him. Family life and parenting. Gregory Hines' career was a source of admiration for many, but it was his role as a father that he valued most. Despite the demanding nature of Broadway, Hollywood, and international tours, Gregory prioritized his family above all. From his 2 children with his first wife, Phyllis, to his daughter with his second wife, Pamela Coslow, Gregory approached fatherhood with the same dedication and passion he brought to his craft. He often spoke about how much joy fatherhood gave him, adding a deeper sense of purpose to his life. Raising his 2 children, Zachary and Stephanie, with Phyllis was a formative experience. Though frequently away on tour, Gregory made a concerted effort to stay connected. Whether taking his children on the road or calling them from afar, he was always involved in their lives. Gregory didn't just want to be a provider, he wanted to be an active participant in their upbringing. He instilled in them the importance of education, discipline, and self-expression, encouraging them to find their own passions and paths, free from the shadow of his fame. He made sure they knew that no matter where their paths led, he would always support them. When Gregory remarried Pamela Coslow in 1997, their daughter brought even more joy to his life. As a father once again, Gregory embraced this new chapter with renewed purpose, bringing with him the wisdom he'd gained from raising his older children. Despite his continued success, he focused on creating a stable, loving home. His daughter, born into a world of fame, received the same care and attention as his first 2 children. Gregory's parenting was a balance of love, discipline, and humor. He emphasized respect, kindness, and personal responsibility, teaching his children valuable life lessons while making room for laughter and fun. He often took them to concerts, art exhibitions, and other cultural events, sharing the rich world of creativity that had shaped his own life. Fully aware of the fleeting nature of time, Gregory taught his children to value the blessings in their lives. While fame may have come and gone, he reminded them that family, love, and hard work were the greatest treasures. His legacy as a father transcends his on-stage performances. To millions, he was a beloved icon. To his children, he was simply Dad, a loving father who made them feel as though they were the center of his world. Tragic death and impact. Gregory Hines' death in August 2003, at the age of 57, was a devastating loss for the entertainment world, known not only for his exceptional talent, but also for his warmth, kindness, and passion. Gregory's passing left a significant void. He died after a battle with liver cancer, a fight he kept private in his final years, maintaining a sense of grace and professionalism that mirrored his character. At the time, he was at the peak of his career, continuing to inspire and perform, making his untimely death even more tragic. Despite his declining health, Gregory focused on his work and family, never letting his illness overshadow his dedication to life. Those close to him were moved by his quiet strength, his ability to face adversity with dignity while still sharing his love for his craft and his family. He continued to teach and perform, embodying the optimism and determination that defined him. Gregory's impact was felt deeply across multiple industries, but especially in the dance community. He single-handedly revived tap dancing, ensuring its survival for future generations. His choreography, performances, and advocacy for preserving tap's rich history earned him worldwide respect. As both a peer and mentor, he carried the torch for legendary tap dancers before him and passed it on to the next generation, leaving a lasting legacy in the world of dance. However, Gregory's influence extended far beyond tap. His versatility as an actor in films like White Nights, Running Scared, Tap, and Jelly's Last Jam made him a household name. He effortlessly moved between genres, showcasing his ability to inject heart and humor into every role, whether on Broadway, in film, or on television. His roles left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry, making him a beloved figure not just for his talent, but for his generosity and warmth. The world mourned Gregory's death, and tributes poured in from friends, colleagues, and fans, highlighting the profound impact he had on their lives. Dancers like Savion Glover and Mikhail Baryshnikov, and actors like Billy Crystal all paid heartfelt respects, acknowledging how much Gregory had inspired them. The tap dance community continued to honor him, teaching and performing in his name, ensuring his contributions would never be forgotten. Gregory's passing also spotlighted his influence as a role model, especially for young African-American performers. His success in a predominantly white industry proved that talent and perseverance could break barriers, and he paved the way for others to follow. Gregory was not only a trailblazer, he was a symbol of hope for those striving to make their mark in the entertainment world. Though Gregory is no longer with us, his legacy endures in his work and the hearts of those who experienced his genius. His life, filled with passion, talent, and love, reminds us of the importance of leaving behind a legacy that will continue to inspire. Gregory Hines will never be forgotten, as his influence continues to shape the world of dance, theater, and film. The Abandoned House. After Gregory Hines' death in 2003, his passing left not only an irreplaceable void in the world of entertainment, but also a poignant symbol of his legacy, his home. His house, nestled in a quiet neighborhood, was a space once filled with the echoes of laughter, music, and the soft tap of shoes on the hardwood floors. It had witnessed both moments of triumph and quiet reflection, offering Gregory a sanctuary after the bright lights of Broadway, Hollywood, and the world tours that had shaped his life. But as the years passed following his death, the house, like the man himself, was left behind. When Gregory passed, his home became an unintentional monument to a life well lived. Once filled with the sounds of his family and the bustle of his creative energy, the house now stood still. The walls that had seen the actor, dancer, and father retreat to seek peace and solace were eerily quiet. The personal effects, the memorabilia of his illustrious career, the photos that chronicled a life rich with achievement, they all remained in place, untouched, as if the world had paused in time. For years, the home stood as a silent witness to Gregory's absence, abandoned by the man who had made it a home. The abandonment of Gregory's house was more than just the physical emptiness that filled its rooms. It was a stark reminder of the impermanence of life and the way in which the world moves on, even as the spaces that once held memories stand frozen in time. The house, with its warmth and history, had been a place where Gregory had grounded himself, spending quiet moments with family, reflecting on his accomplishments, and finding peace away from the limelight. It was a home where his love for his children was apparent in the way he spoke of them, where his passion for dance was evident in every corner. Yet, as the years passed, the house became a symbol of both what was lost and what remained. It stood as a silent testament to the profound impact Gregory Hines had on the world, even after his death. The home, like his legacy, remained intact, waiting to be remembered, waiting to tell the story of a man whose influence continues to resonate in the worlds of dance, film, and family. The quiet abandonment of the house only amplified the longing for his presence, reminding those who knew him of the importance of the memories that live on long after we are gone. Gregory Hines' life was a tapestry woven from extraordinary talent, immense personal strength, and an unwavering love for his family. Though his footsteps no longer echo on the stages of Broadway or the silver screens of Hollywood, the legacy he left behind continues to inspire and resonate with people all over the world. From the moment he first tapped his way onto the stage, Gregory reshaped the very fabric of dance, breathing new life into tap and ensuring its place in the modern entertainment world. But his contributions went beyond the art itself. Gregory was a mentor, a role model, and a beloved figure whose kindness and humility made him a true icon. His tragic death in 2003 robbed the world of a man who had so much more to give. Yet, it is in the work he left behind and the lives he touched that his memory endures. Through his films, his dance, and his relationships, Gregory lived a life that demonstrated not only the power of art, but also the strength of love and family. His home, abandoned after his death, stands as a quiet reminder of the brilliance that once filled it, a reflection of the man who gave so much to the world, yet never sought the spotlight for himself. Today, as we remember Gregory Hines, we celebrate a man who broke boundaries, transformed the world of entertainment, and above all, loved deeply. His legacy is not confined to the stages he graced or the awards he earned. It lives on in the countless dancers he inspired, the films he starred in, and the memory of the kind, passionate man who embodied the very essence of artistry. Gregory Hines will never be forgotten, for his influence continues to inspire, uplift, and move us, just as his dance once did.